Hello, my name is Carlos Murrieta, and I'll be presenting today these slides for my Scrum model part of my presentation. Starting from the first slide, we have the key points of the structure of Scrum model. Scrum model is an iterative and incremental framework for managing work. Project is broken up into multiple short-term goals or sprints. Sprints last about 1 to 2 weeks, usually less than 1 month, as you see in the art in the bottom right. Sprints can be 2 to 4 weeks. It depends on the size of the project, usually, the size of your team as well. And then you have daily scrums or daily meetings. Daily scrums usually just go over progress that you've made in the last day, things that you're focusing on today, just to sort of keep the entire team on the same page, so everyone can communicate what they're doing, and link up and ask any questions they need to for other members in the sprint. Scrum model is useful for fast-paced projects. If you have something that you want to do in 3 months, you can fit in, anywhere from 4 to 6 sprints and really tackle on a project that would normally be larger than that, or take more time than that. An assigned Scrum Master helps lead the team and resolve setbacks. Scrum Master usually requires some sort of certification, or it can require some sort of certification. Doesn't have to, but Scrum Masters usually help the team resolve setbacks and are what keep sort of daily Scrum conversations and weekly sprint meetings, conversations in line, and help deal with all of the problems that arise during that time. Scrum disadvantages. So because of the time that sprints last, so if it's 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes sprints can be, they are typically a week. From what I have found in most, Scrum is usually for more of a fast-paced, smaller scale projects. So the 2 to 4 weeks is more for larger projects, but it's typically 1 week. So if you have a 1 week sprint, you might be losing track because if you're, let's say, 3 months, you have 12 sprints from here to the final project. If you have if you're not planning from that, because you're not planning from the first sprint what you're going to be doing in sprint 12, you're only planning what you're going to be doing in sprint 2, maybe what you're going to do in sprint 2, 2 to 3 and 4, the ones that are closer on, you can lose sight of the bigger picture and the fast pace of the sprints, because it's 7 days, it can lead to poor implementation. Higher quality code takes longer to write. I'm sure that project managers would love if 1 week was all it took for us to write high quality code, but unfortunately we all know that these problems need to be taken on with a more serious sort of approach, especially when it comes to larger scale projects. Certain bugs may be ignored because there's not enough time to fix them and there's not enough testing time allotted. Again, that goes with limited testing, and team must communicate on a regular basis. This can be hard for teams that maybe are not so flexible with their schedule. Maybe they can't meet up at a certain time each day, and suddenly you're missing 1 to 2 daily scrums a week, and that's not really what sprint is about. Scrum is about staying with the sprints, staying with the daily scrum meetings, and staying in communication with the team, which can be hard for some teams to do. Scrum advantages: it's easily adaptable, allows for rapid development. If you have the end goal of the end of your sprint in that 1 week is one new feature in the product, you can pretty easily and rapidly develop that and launch that. Programmers feel like they're making progress by finishing sprints. Sprints, even though they might represent a small chunk of the actual work that's going on, it might be better for them to, on a weekly basis, feel like they know what they're contributing to a project in order to stay motivated. It stops programmers from lingering on a project for too long. You're constantly doing work. You constantly have some feature, some testing, some whatever that you're implementing for that sprint. So you're constantly making progress. So it helps with not staying on a certain project for too long. It's scalable. Sprints can be split up into certain groups doing certain different sprints, different sprint sizes, different daily scrum meeting sizes. Tasks can be more catered to the expertise of each of the members. So work that is done within the sprint during communication, during daily scrums, you can have a maybe not official, but a figurative front end, a figurative back end. You can have figurative full stack that are just working in certain sections of the code, or maybe working in certain aspects of development, working in testing, or implementing new code. Um, and that can help with the rapid development of Scrum. In summary, Scrum is great for projects of any size and teams of any size due to how you are able to split up people and workloads into sprints. Scrum is best suited for projects with weekly updates of the end product or projects that require a large amount of communication between team members in order to ensure development is running smoothly. This could include projects where you have a lot of maybe entry-level employees and 1 to 2 senior-level employees or programmers, and these entry level, maybe we can call them just interns for the sake of this figurative situation. These interns would require more communication than a regular employee would, and so Scrum could help teams that are structured that way to communicate more freely, communicate every day, help these interns and entry level employees get assimilated with the process that these senior level engineers and programmers are already familiar with, and make sure that that sprint, that week, you're only making progress and finishing what you set out to complete by the end of that week. So that should be it for my Scrum summary and Scrum model presentation. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.